Okay, so Will Smith showed up to Paris Fashion Week with Jada and the kids, started taking photos and signing autographs for fans while the rest of the family just kept walking, and Instagram did not handle that quietly. People were in the comments saying everything. Let's just get into it. The comment that got the most love said, "They love Will, he loves Jada, but she is so out of touch while HE is for the people." Basically saying Will never lost his regular guy energy no matter how big he got. One person said straight up that nobody can make them hate Will, just said it, no explanation, and thousands of people felt exactly the same way. A lady wrote that this is why the world loves him, and then just put one word, caring, and honestly, that one word said more than most people's whole paragraphs did. Then someone came in and said Will has always loved being a celebrity, not really throwing shade, just pointing out that stopping for fans is nothing new for him because the spotlight has always been his natural habitat. One man said Will acts like it's still his first day being famous, meaning all these years later he still gets genuinely excited around people like fame never changed him at all. Someone else said Will's heart is so big and that they always see a big kid when they look at him, because clearly decades of Hollywood never hardened him the way it does most people. A person posted that the family just lets Will have his moment with fans. Sounds nice on the surface, but also kind of suggests everyone has quietly accepted they move through life a little separately, even when they're in the same place. And that's exactly where things got messy. Because while half the comments were basically fan mail for Will, the other half had already made a decision about Jada. One person wrote that Jada's jealousy is so strong that Will is loved by almost everyone, but she acts like she can't stand him, and that they love the Smiths, except for one of them, which is a full trial and verdict wrapped into one comment. A man called Jada a hater who just shoves past Will, and ended with, "Love you, Will," so you know exactly where he stands, and there was no confusion about it. One lady said she could have just stood there and waited for him, and that it tells you everything about who she is, reading a woman's entire character from a few seconds of her walking ahead of her husband. Someone flat out asked why he is even still with her, and said he should have been gone by now, which is people doing what people love to do on social media, which is making decisions about other people's relationships from their couch. But then somebody pushed back and said all the hate toward Jada is just ridiculous because if Will wanted to be somewhere else, he would be somewhere else. The most sensible thing said in the whole comment section, and somehow also the most ignored. One commenter came in with something that had nothing to do with the drama and pointed out that people keep tying Jada's hair to that awards show night when she had actually been open about her alopecia for years before any of that happened. Just a quiet reminder that real life is more layered than what goes viral. Someone spotted Willow in the background doing her own thing and said she had a whole photo shoot going on back there, because of course, Willow was being effortlessly cool without even trying. Another person just said it's Willow for them and left it there, which is pretty much the comment section's way of saying she won without even competing. One commenter asked how tall Willow is with heart eyes after it. No agenda, no drama, just pure admiration, and it was honestly kind of refreshing. Then somebody said Willow is her daddy's daughter and laughed, and depending on how you read it, that's either a sweet thing about her having Will's charm or a quiet little shot at the other parent. A lady wrote that she loves this family because they are so unapologetically themselves, which is true whether you like them or not, because they have never once tried to fit into a neat little box, even when it would have been easier. Someone said Jada's energy felt completely off and that the whole thing gives separated but still in the same house vibes. And given what this family has actually said publicly about their relationship over the years, people weren't just making that up out of nowhere. One person said Jada's mom is looking amazing and then slipped in that she honestly looks better than Jada. Started as a compliment and then took a little detour at the end. Another commenter just called Jada's mom stunning with nothing added to it. Clean compliment, no twist, just appreciation, and that was enough. Someone noticed Grandma looking beautiful in the background and gave her all the flowers, which was probably the sweetest comment in the whole section and somehow got the least attention. A person said they respect people in entertainment, but that this whole life looks absolutely exhausting, And when you think about having every single move you make turned into a debate online, that's actually not wrong at all. One man said Will is the only normal one, which says a lot about how people have sorted each member of this family into a category that probably has very little to do with who they actually are in real life. Someone told people to relax and said they all look great and that nobody should be drawing big conclusions from a clip that's barely 10 seconds long, the voice of reason showing up late and very much outnumbered. One person tagged Will and said he clearly loves his supporters and is just flat out dope. Short, warm, no drama needed. A lady called Will gracious. Someone else said he is so sweet, and another person just said Will is perfect. And all of that together just feels like a big group hug for a man who went through a lot publicly and still shows up as himself. And then the comment that made everyone laugh and like it so at the same time. Someone said they just know she got on him in the car for making her wait, with all the laughing emojis. Over 1,200 people liked it, because it took everything tense and glamorous about Paris Fashion Week and turned it into the most regular, relatable, married couple moment you could think of. And that is exactly why it hit so hard. Because when you remove all the fashion and the cameras and the famous last name, what people are really reacting to in that comment section is just two people in a long, complicated relationship that the whole world has been watching for years. And we keep watching because somewhere in the middle of all that mess we see something that feels familiar. People stay, people pull away, people walk ahead, and people fall behind. And maybe what nobody wants to say out loud is that we are way more invested in their story than they will ever be in what we think about it. Drop your thoughts in the comments, because clearly this conversation has a lot of life left in it.